So if you take any application, there are four major components. If you take any application, there are four major components. First thing is you need a machine. First thing you need a machine with the software as well as the hardware. So whenever we create an EC2, we'll be getting an option to create an AMI as well as the choosing the hardware type. Okay, we have created an EC2. Then we need a storage. Either we need to create a EBS or EFS or S3. So storage also we have got. Then obviously in order to connect to the EC2, we need a network. For that reason, we have seen VPC connections. For that reason, we have seen VPC network. Finally, definitely for any application, you need a database. Finally, for any application, you need a database. Without database, we cannot store the data or we cannot store the data in the structured form. So we cannot store the huge amount of data. It might be Amazon. We need to store all those like items, information, price, and stock out, and everything we need to store. If this is a student in like a college or any like university, like that type of thing. So we need to store all those like student details. So students database. So it will be in the form of table data, in the form of rows and columns. So everything will be in the form of table data, which is a structured data. So without these four components, application is incomplete. If you miss any one, your application will be incomplete. So already we have covered this EC2, storage, and network and all. Already we have covered EC2, storage, and the network. Now we are moving into database. Now we are moving into an important topic called database. Important topic called database. Database is nothing but it is a systematic collection of data. You can even say it is a systematic collection of data. Maybe the huge data management, not some data adults. It is a huge bulk data management. To take Amazon, there will be a n number of items. Like lakhs and crores of items would have been in Amazon. All those item details should be stored in the form of table data and will be stored in the database. When customer comes and hit any search for any item, it immediately goes to the database and searches for that item details, and it will come back to the and it will give back to the user. So like whether the iPhone is available or not, whether the price, and then we need to show the delivery date, we need to show the color stocks. So everything, the data will be available in the database. So every data will be available in the database. So database is nothing but it is a systematic collection of data in order to store huge data, in order to store very bulky data or the huge data, very bulky data or the huge data. But in EBS or EFS or S3 and all, we are just storing some unstructured data, or we are uploading some files. We cannot able to store this huge amount of data over there. We cannot able to store the huge amount of data in the EFS S3 and all. It is the inbuilt storage. Consider it is an inbuilt storage, but this is a database where we will have the entire data of your application, where we will be having the entire data of your application. So why we are moving in database? Because of the reason is the availability is very high. Availability is very high and it is easily scalable. You know what is meant by scalability? It is easily scalable. And the fault tolerance is very high. The final thing is fault tolerance. If there is any error occurred, automatically it will try to recover with the help of some techniques. Automatically it will tolerate, then it won't make the database to down. It won't make the database to shut down. It will do some activities in order to make the database alive. So that tolerance, the data in default databases have the tolerance in default. This database is having. So database, how it will look like? Maybe I'll show. Yeah. So it will be in the form of like this here, title, release year, length, and the replacement cost. It is in the form of table data with the rows and columns. With the rows and column. So like this, your entire details will be stored in your database. Like this, the entire details will be stored in the database. From here, we need to retrieve or do some actions or delete or modify or do, we are going to do some action with the help of SQL. With the help of SQL. But it's not mandatory to learn SQL and all. So let's see how it goes further. So in database itself, there are two different types of database. In AWS, there are two different types of databases. One is AWS to managed service. One is AWS managed service. Another one is unmanaged service. Another one is unmanaged service. So under the AWS managed service, we will be seeing one database called RDS. We will be seeing one database called RDS. RDS is nothing but it is a relational database service. RDS is nothing but it is a relational database service. It is a relational database service which is managed by AWS. AWS managed service. So it is AWS managed service. One more thing, as I said, we have unmanaged service. We have unmanaged, which is a customer managed. So that we have, like, which is maybe I can even say it is a custom database. You can even say it is a custom database where user it is managed service. Custom database or user managed service. So we have two types. One is AWS managed and one other one is unmanaged. Here RDS, which is a relational database service, which is managed by the AWS. And one more thing we have is custom database, which is managed by the user or the customer, or whoever is creating. This is a user managed service. I can call as AWS unmanaged service. This is an AWS unmanaged. AWS is not managing the service. So we need to have an what is meant by relational databases and all that we will see today. But before that, what are the types of DBs available? What are the types of databases available in the market? And which is the most preferred databases? So what are the types of databases? Coming to the type, there are n number of databases. There are n number of databases. Maybe first I'll go for this relational databases. First I'll go for what are the categories available in the relational databases? What are the categories available in the custom databases? Let's see. So RDMS is also called as SQL database. RDMS is also called as SQL, which is a relational database management system, or you can call it as a SQL, or you can call it as a SQL. So RDMS, which means RDS is a relational database service. The same, both are same. So it is a relational database. Relational database management service. So what and all it will come here. So we will be seeing MySQL server. We also have Oracle server. We also have Oracle database. There are Microsoft database as well. MS is the access is from the MySQL. We have Postgres database. We have Postgres Express. We have also MariaDB, like one database we have. So these are some databases which will come under relational databases. Maybe MySQL, Oracle, MS Access, PostgreSQL, and MariaDB and all will come under relational database, which means the data in the form of structured data. This is structured data or in the form of maybe I can say the perfect table data. Maybe I can even say it is in the form of perfect table data. See, like this it will be the form of table. It is a fully structured data. It is a fully structured data in the form of table with the rows and columns. But here, why it is relational? What is the term called relational? That is what the next thing. Relational is something. Each table will be related. Each table will be related for some information. Each table will be related for some information. Maybe I'll show now. So let's see here itself. See, it is on supplier table. It is a product information table. It is a supplier table who is supplying the product, and it is the product information table. Finally, I need supplier name and the product name. When combining both table, when relating those table, final result, see here, the query result should have the supplier name as well as the supplied product. That supplied product I need. See here, Elgin core supplied beta 2. From these two tables, I need to combine, I need to get what final results. So these two tables are interrelated. These two tables are interrelated. So we can have n number of tables. All might be related. All might be related. So you see here, this is a customer table. This is an account number balance table, and it is a customer. See here, final table. I'm just getting customer ID as well as the account number. Customer ID from this table and account number from this table. These two tables are related and getting this final output. These two tables are related and getting the final output. This is the customer ID. What is the expectation is, I need to have the customer ID with their account number. Account number is a separate table. Account number is a separate table, which see here the account table, which has account number as well as the balance. This is a customer table, which has customer ID, customer name, and customer address and the customer city. What is the expectation is, I need to have the customer ID from the customer table and the account number from the account table to be combined, to be related, and then I need to have a final result. So in the final table, we got an output as customer ID plus the account. We got an output as customer ID from this account number and this related account number. So these two tables are related. These two tables are related. That is called, it is a relational database. That is why it is a relational database. So we have a number of databases under this, like we have MySQL, Oracle, MS Access, PostgreSQL, MariaDB and all. We have a number of tables. And what and all will come under unmanaged service. So we can even call it as NoSQL. This one, it is an SQL. It is what it is called NoSQL. It is called NoSQL. Under the NoSQL database, we have like commonly used databases like MongoDB. We have one Hadoop databases. We have Cassandra. We have Cassandra databases. We have H-based databases. So like this, we have a number of databases. Like this, we have a number of databases on our machine. Like this, we have a number of databases on our machine. So there are two types of databases. One is relational database management service. Under this, we have MySQL, Oracle, MS Access, PostgreSQL, MariaDB and all. And other one is NoSQL. Under this, we have MongoDB, Hadoop, Cassandra, and H-base and all. MongoDB, Hadoop, Cassandra, and H-base and all. So we'll be seeing two topics in the database. Maybe RDS, and also we'll see DynamoDB database. Also, we will be seeing the DynamoDB database. Two database we will be showcasing in this session. So future session as well. So first thing we are going to cover RDS. Second, we are going to move to DynamoDB. Again, we are going to create the DynamoDB. Let's quickly log into our AWS account. Or RDS. Here, RDS is the we come under managed relational database service. AWS managed relational database service. So click on this RDS. Click on this RDS. See here, we have an option called create your database. We have an option called create your database. Click on this create database. We have two options. One is standard create and one is easy create. Easy create means all the options will be automatically selected. We don't have any options. So like AWS itself is suggest some options. Standard create, we need to choose all the options. Standard create, we need to choose all the options. We need to choose on your board. But easy create would have already been recommended for us. So we don't want to like select any options one by one and all. But again, I will go for standard create itself. I don't want to go for easy create because I need to explain the each and everything. So I'll go for standard topic. See here, what are the databases available in under the RDMS? MySQL we have, which is an Aurora MySQL we have a PostgreSQL, we have a MySQL, MariaDB, and we have Postgre, and we have an Oracle MySQL server and all we have. As of now, I'm going to choose MySQL. As of now, I'm going to choose the MySQL database. Other than this, this is the version. Whichever version we want, we can select. Whichever version we have, we can select. I have selected the latest version. Let it be. Let it be. See here, there are three types of template. One is production, one is dev or test, one is free tier. Production is the thing, but your live environment. Maybe Amazon.in is a live environment. Flipkart.com, it is a production environment. Dev or testing is something, it will be used by the development team or the testing team in order to test before releasing to this production. Before releasing to this production. For example, see here, if your final production endpoint is URL is Amazon.in, maybe the dev environment will be dev.amazon.in. Maybe the testing environment will be qa.amazon.in. Or like they will also have multiple environment like link.amazon. Also, we have like perf.amazon.in. So like this, we have n number of environments in your project. I cannot guarantee that in this name only there will be in your upcoming organization as well. We cannot guarantee, but this is what the constant is. Developer will have some separate environment. QA peoples will have some separate environment, and this is before the pre-production, before releasing to this Amazon.in. Before releasing to this Amazon.in, the final testing will be done over here. The final testing will be done over here. So developer will do one round of testing over in this dev environment. He will hand over to the QA environment. So here we will do one round of testing. Again, the testing team will do another round of testing in the int environment. If everything working fine, they will be handing over to the perf environment. In perf environment, again the UAT team will be testing. Here one, the alpha beta testing and all will happen. So we would have heard, right? Facebook beta version, WhatsApp beta version. The beta version is nothing but it will be released to some set of customers. Before releasing to the whole customers or all the customers, they will choose some whoever is enrolling for that beta version. Whoever is enrolling for that beta version, that customers alone will be chosen. That customers alone will be chosen. Then what they will release the particular update to that customers alone. They will release that particular update to that customers alone. If they are satisfied, then only it will be released to all the customers. If they are satisfied, then only it will be released to all the customers. But again, what is alpha testing? Alpha testing is nothing but it will be tested within an organization. So in Amazon itself, they will choose some peoples, then they will give for testing. If this application is working fine, then we will be like giving to the customers. So that testing and all will be done over the perf environment. That testing and all will be done in this perf environment. Finally, then only it will be released to the Amazon.in. So if you are choosing production here, charge will be very high. If you are choosing dev here, charge will be a minimal. But obviously, we need to choose the free tier. Obviously, we need to choose the free tier. So okay, come below. So username already it is suggesting you to give an admin, but what I need to do, I need to give a password as well. So give any password, whichever you want. Username is admin and password, you can give any password. Username is admin and password, you can give any password. So other than this, I'm not choosing anything. So I'm just choosing this general purpose SSD, should have already seen, and I don't want to select. I'm not going to do anything. Just click on create a database. So the database is started creating. See here, database name is database -1, and I have selected the MySQL server, and the status is still creating. The status is still creating. It takes some few minutes in order to create. Next thing, I need to connect to this database. After this database has been created, we need to connect to this database, right? We need to interact with this database. We need to connect and we need to interact with this database. Obviously, I need the cloud shell for that. I need the cloud shell. Let it create. It is still creating. Once it has been created, it will be updating the endpoint as well as the port number. Once it has been created, it will be updating the endpoint as well as the port number. Let's wait. Here. So its status has been backing up so that endpoint and port has been updated, as well as the default port number is 3306 that also has been updated. Default port number is 3306 that also has been updated. Now in your cloud shell, in order to use your SQL server, so we have created this SQL server. For that you need to install. The MySQL on this machine. For that you need to install MySQL on your machine. So I can go for, maybe I'll change as sudo root user.
Satish, for Linux, a different class will be there, right?
For Linux commands, we have a separation.
No. For another class will be there, right? For Linux.
Yeah, Linux, we have a separate session.
Okay.
Why I am using sudo user SU means it's a super user. I'm just using like changing into the admin user, super level
Yeah.
access.
Yeah.
So directly I'll give yum install. We want to install something. There is a command yum install. -y denotes C yes. -y denotes yes. What I need to install? MySQL. See here, you don't permission denied and rather doing.
Give sudo yum.
Sudo is not open. So I've already installed actually. So if you are installing new, so all the plugins will be loaded and then only it will be installed. But see here, it is my throwing. Already it has been installed and the latest version, nothing to do with. So which means MySQL has been successfully installed. The first command you need to give sudo yum. First command you need to give sudo yum install -y denotes the yes and MySQL you are going to install. Okay. Once this installed, if you want to confirm whether the SQL has been successfully installed or not, can give MySQL, can give MySQL hyphen version. You can give MySQL hyphen version. See here, the version it will show here. MySQL, the version and the distribution version as well, or the Linux and the like and also the whether it is of 32-bit or 62-bit, everything will be showing us. So next, now we have confirmed that SQL has been successfully installed on your machine. Now we have confirmed SQL has been successfully on your machine by checking MySQL version. MySQL version. Now I need to connect this database. Now I need to connect this database in this cloud shell. Now I need to connect this database in order to interact something, in order to create a table, or in order to retrieve the values from the table. Now I need to do some actions over here. Now I need to do some actions over here in order to connect with the database. So in order to connect with this database, so what I need to do, so this is the command, I'll explain here first. So this is the command. First, you need to give MySQL. -h means it is asking for the host name. So what is the host name here? So I need to pass this endpoint. I need to pass this endpoint. So -h and the host name. Maybe I need to pass the database endpoint over here. Need to pass the database endpoint. Database endpoint. -h it is asking for the host. Then we need to give -p, which means it is asking for the port number. Port number is 3306. 3306. Then -u, it is asking for the username. Username we are given as admin. Username we are giving as admin. If you give -p, then it will ask for the password. If you give -p again, it will ask for the password. It is an uppercase P, then only I am giving the port number. In order to differentiate these two P's, they are giving this port number P as an uppercase and password P as an lowercase. So port number we need to provide over here. If you give -p, the next line it will ask for your password. Next line it will ask for your password. So -h -h denotes the host name, whereas minus P, it looks for the port number. It is asking for the port number. And whereas minus U, it is asking for the username. And whereas minus P, it is asking for the password. Minus P, it is asking for the password. So I'll give the same over here. Go here. I'll give MySQL -H, and I will copy this. Paste it over here. Then I need to give minus P. What is the port number is 3306. Let me confirm. Port number is 3306. And minus U. My username is admin. Minus U. The username is admin. And we need to give minus P. See here, it is asking me to enter the password. So password which I have given while creating a database. So if I have entered the password, So it will be loading. It is still loading. If it is immediately connecting, that means the database has been successfully connected. But if it is loading like this, we need to allow some security policies. We need to allow the security policies, then only we can connect to the database. Without allowing or without adding some permission, we cannot connect to the database. If we are if you are using this command, or if you are using this Linux command, then if you are entering the password, then if you enter again, right, immediately it will be connected. Within a fraction of seconds, it will be connected. If it is not connecting, which means we are not allow the security policies. We are not allow the security policies. So go to your RDS, go here, go to your security groups, click on this inbound rules, click on edit the inbound rules, So click on here, add the root, search for MySQL Aurora, search here, see here, your port has been allowed, 3306 has been allowed over here, and click on save rules. Maybe I'll give 0.0.0. Click on save rules. So here I have allowed now. So I have allowed to connect with my database. So let me try again. Port number password. That is You can check. Actually, we have already allowed this SQL error. It might work now. Wait 1 minute. I'll check. Yeah, 1 minute. I'll check. Let me try to connect in instead of Cloud Shell. What we can do, we can create one machine and then we'll try to connect. We can create one EC2 and then from that command prompt we can try to connect. So I'll click on this launch instance. Create one EC2. Okay, I'll just quickly create my virtual machine. Create one instance. I don't want to have any people around. Quickly click on launch the instance. So I'll try to connect the RDS within this EC2. I'll try to connect the RDS within this EC2. So my EC2 has been successfully launched. We have changed to sudo user here. Okay, I changed to sudo user. Then yum. Then I'll just check install -y and I'll just install MySQL. So don't select the latest version. I don't want it 2023 version. Select the previous versions. Directly click on create. I'll terminate this one. I don't want this. I'll connect to this instead. Okay. Now I will again change as a pseudo user. So I will give yum install -y and MySQL. See here plugins is loading. So okay, it has been successfully installed. Then next I need to give. So I need to check the version. So MySQL --- version I need to check. Yes, it is showing me the version. It has been successfully installed as well. Obviously, I need to connect my database. So MySQL, what is the command? -h, which means I need to post the host name. Host name is here. I'll just copy and I'll just paste it over here. And I need to pass the port number, which is 3306. And I need to pass the username, which is admin. And I need to pass the password -p. So it will ask for the password. I will give admin on. See here. Now the database has been successfully connected. See here, MySQL. It has been moved into my database. If it is showing as a complete, see here, it will show the welcome message. Welcome to the MariaDB monitor. Welcome to the MariaDB monitor. Your SQL connection ID is 18 and the server version which you have selected, which means successfully have connected to your database. Do not use the cloud shell. Earlier it was working in cloud shell, but what we are integrating, right? We are integrating the EC2 with the database. We have integrated EC2 with the database now. So we have used EC2 in order to connect with our database with the help of this simple command, this one-line command, MySQL -h and the database endpoint, -p need to pass the port number, -u need to create an username, and -p is the password. Where you need to create under the EC2. So before putting into step, create an EC2, and connect to an EC2, then change to the root user. Then change as a root user by using command like sudo su. Sudo yum install -y MySQL in order to install your SQL. This MySQL version, it is to mainly check your version check. This is used to connect your database. To your EC2. This is used to connect your database to your EC2. If you are receiving this welcome message, which means we have successfully connected to our database, You can successfully connected to our database. So you guys practice to connect this today. So tomorrow again we will connect this and I'll show how to create a table and how to retrieve values from a tables and all. Please, any doubt in this? Is any doubt in connecting EC2 with RDS?
No, sir. Clear.
You just try to connect on your machine. So if you have any doubts, just ping me. If it's not connecting or not facing any issues, you just ping me. So I'll also post it. I'll post the notes over here. So once you connected or before connecting, go to your security groups. Don't forget, without this, it won't be connected. Go to your security groups. Under the default security group, edit the inbound routes, and allow MySQL Aurora. then only it will be connected, or else it won't be connected. Then only it will be connected, or else you cannot connect your EC2 with your database. You cannot connect your EC2 with your database. Okay, guys, if you don't have any doubts, let's connect tomorrow. Thanks.